So, I'm going to break down for you, quite simply, the way you need to act when your statistic goes down. So the very first thing is you need to measure what it is that you are doing. Should this be exercising? Should this be working? Should this be whatever it is? But you need to measure it in terms of the final product. Meaning, if you're trying to make money, you damn well better measure money. If you're trying to grow your muscles, damn well better measure your muscles, so on and so forth. Secondly, you need to observe the fluctuation of your graph and behave accordingly. Should you have a halving of your production or productivity, you need to behave like someone who is in a dangerous situation. Yeah? You need to have some degree of prediction on this, right? And you need to also interpret your luck. Like realize your luck changes. Yeah. And should your statistic be massively going down, realize that if you were gonna get robbed, it's more likely on the week that your statistic is going down than it is when your statistic is going up. So you need to actually behave like that. Maybe set up some fail safe, set up some setups, yeah, and make it so that the bad luck is mitigated. You do damage control. You need to be able to identify using statistics dangerous situations, and this is what's going to keep you safe enough. Danger is coming for you again and again. Life is life, but realize that you can still block, and blocking will minimize the damage incurred. Yeah, so make sure that you have a good block up, right? And make sure that whatever the dangerous entity doesn't just enter you fully straight and reach your core. Should you be fighting the world heavyweight champion of the UFC, realize that you might not be able to beat this guy, right? But if you block, you'll probably last longer until someone comes and identifies that no, this is not a fighter, this is a situation that shouldn't be happening. The police or whoever it is can come in and be reinforcements, but the block is still necessary. I'm not a big fan of humility because I feel like it kills your dreams, but I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan of realism. You need to be realistic enough to understand that you're a human. We're all susceptible to danger in the same way. Some of us are smoother with it, and some of us can make it look like nothing dangerous ever happened, which is a skill in itself, which is a worthy skill to learn. Your bank will never let you know that it was in danger just the other week. You will think, oh, it's established, a stable, established establishment. There's no such thing as a stable, established establishment. Anything can blow up at any point in time. But I'll tell you what, the trouble that we were having at Standard Bank, you will not know about, because there's also reputation management element too, handling danger. So the two things that you need to do are keep your statistic, observe when this thing goes steeply down, and when it goes steeply down, do not make the mistake of saying, well, it'll pass. Understand that you're in danger now. And if you let that steeply down repeat by doing what you were doing, right, because you did something to make it go steeply down, if you let it go steeply down by doing what you're doing some more, that's when your career dies. Success is done by doing the same thing. Failing is done by doing the same thing. So you need to identify what the same thing to repeat so that it is successful rather than doing the same thing that is making you unsuccessful. It is button mashing. It is playing that one fighting game with that one person, you know who I'm talking about, and they press one button but they beat you. That's life. So you need to figure out what one button to press such that you win.